In a developing story, a woman has died after investigators say her husband shot her inside their Sulfur Springs home. 70-year-old Mark Bramel is in jail on a $1 million bond. He's accused of shooting his wife and then himself in front of their son. During an interview with police, Bramel's son said he was trying to help his dad find remedies for severe abdominal pain when he pulled out a gun. Court documents say Bramel shot his wife Mary in the head and later pointed the gun at his son, who ran outside to call 911. Police say charges will be evaluated. The man accused of killing a Lafleur County deputy and injuring the Worcester police chief is expected in court this afternoon. Edgar Lara is charged with first-degree murder in the shooting death of Lafleur County deputy Walker LeMay during a standoff in Worcester, Oklahoma. We'll keep an eye on what happens in the courtroom, and we'll be following this case all the way through. You can find updates here on 5 News. Also today, Casey Jennings' capital murder trial began in Fayetteville. You remember he's accused of murdering his ex-girlfriend, Allison Castro. The trial was delayed in February after a judge ruled Jennings could not represent himself. New body camera video released showing first responders attempting to rescue a woman from a house fire in Crawford County. A woman was killed during the fire and the deputy was sent to the hospital. We do want to warn you, this video may be hard to watch. This part of the video shows Deputy Robin Gaines crawling through a window into the home after seeing a woman inside. After not being able to get to her, he exits the home and looks down at his hands as he was burned during the rescue attempt. He then turns around and goes back in.
Hey, come on, I think she might still be breathing, man. Push.
Deputy Gaines was hospitalized with severe burns from the rescue attempt. He's since been released from the hospital and is now in outpatient care. The sheriff's office has not released the identity of the woman who was killed in that fire. After a night of exchanging a fire, the fragile ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran is now in question. Natalie Brandt has more details from the White House.
The U.S. and Iran carried out the most significant fighting since the ceasefire began, and President Trump says more strikes are coming.
We hit them hard yesterday, and we're going to hit them again hard today, in case you miss it, in case you don't turn on your television set. And we'll see what happens with the deal.
U.S. officials tell CBS News that Navy and Air Force jets launched widespread strikes on Iranian targets along the Strait of Hormuz, taking out air defense, ground control stations, and surveillance radar sites. It was in response to Iran downing an Apache helicopter near the Strait of Hormuz Monday evening.
At first they said they didn't do it, then they admitted they did it.
Overnight, Iran retaliated with a fresh wave of missile strikes on countries hosting American bases in the region, including Kuwait and Jordan, which the U.S. says were intercepted. The president told Fox News Wednesday morning that he believes Iran is stringing the U.S. along in peace negotiations and that the next round of strikes could target Iranian bridges and power plants.
We were really close to a deal, but they keep tapping us along. They keep playing us for suckers.
Iran's president said air power alone cannot bring his country to its knees, but added that war is not in their interest and that the U.S. and Iran must get out of the current state of no war and no peace. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
Back here at home, Fayetteville City Council members are considering a proposed ordinance that would add new regulations for future data centers. The proposal would add an extra layer of review by the Planning Commission before a project could move forward. It would also require developers to provide information on things like water use and electricity demand. On Tuesday, several council members said they'd like to see more specific language for enforcement and fire safety requirements. One council member said one of his biggest concerns is the impact that larger data centers can have on city resources.
Washington Regional or City of Fayetteville, they both have data centers. That's not what we're looking at. We're looking at the standalone large complexes. They're a huge drain of city water, electrical grid. It's a real impact to that.
The council could vote on this proposal as early as next week, though members could also continue reviewing the ordinance before taking action. The Fayetteville Planning Commission has approved proposals to create 2 new historic districts in the city. It's a Black Historic District and the South Fayetteville Historic District. They've been in the works for a couple of years now. The Black Historic District covers about 20 acres in East Fayetteville and includes 36 buildings. the city says are significant to the area's post-emancipation Black history. The South Fayetteville Historic District runs along Washington Avenue and includes 37 buildings. The city says it reflects a 20th century working class neighborhood. Residents filed petitions for both districts, and many spoke in support at Monday's commission meeting.
Our community also fought to save its homes. Families came together, shared information, and worked side by side to protect what they had built. But too much of our history has already been left out, overlooked, or erased. That's why this district matters so much. It's not only about the buildings, it's about honoring the people, the sacrifices, and the legacies that made this community what it is.
The proposals head back to the city's Historic District Commission before they can go before the City Council for a final vote. Well, thousands will roll into Bentonville this weekend for the annual Bike Fest. The event runs from tomorrow through Sunday, and it'll bring all sorts of tricks and entertainment to the area. 5 News reporter Claire Everbach shares a preview.
This year, the Bike Fest has a lineup of both competition and community activities. The event is now in its 6th year. One of the biggest new attractions this year is going to be the Red Bull Double Down event, where riders will descend 2 34-foot towers and perform a trick in midair. After several days of rain across northwest Arkansas, festival organizers say they have taken steps to prepare for potential showers this weekend. They've added asphalt to the courses and made sure guests will have access to walkways throughout the venue. CEO Kenny Belay says regardless of the weather this weekend, the festival will go on.
Most of the work has already been done. So we're just going to be ready for people to come to the festival no matter what, rain or shine. Keep it safe for everybody is our main top priority.
Organizers say more than 140 exhibitors and over 1,000 athletes from around the world are expected to attend. The expo will open early afternoon each day, while races begin in the early morning. Claire Everbach, 5 News.